Hey, good morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in today. Appreciate y'all still showing the channel love here and following along. For those of y'all that have been waiting for one of them alerts, well, I got one I'm trying to put out today, as well as some other requests that we've had from some of our viewers wanting to check out some of these ticker symbols. So I had some other ones we've also been following over the last few weeks I'm going to touch base on, but the main focus today, we're going to talk about XELA Technologies, ticker symbol XELA. Now it's a little early, it's about 7:31 a.m. Today is Thursday, February the 10th. And for all you new viewers out there, if you aren't already subscribed, why don't you hit that subscribe button and be in the know every time I release one of these alerts here. But let's go ahead and dive right in it, y'all, because we got a lot to talk about today. So as you can see in the market, we got a little bit of movement going on here. Let's kind of just filter this out just to see what we got on top of the list here. So this isn't every stock in the market, but these are some of the most active ones that I follow, more or less throughout the day. As you can see, we do have some IRNT, which is IronNet, pumping up here at the top here, about 5 million shares already in the pre-market. So they had something released on this today, but we do have some other fun ticker symbols also showing a little bit of action moving. Now volume isn't quite high yet. We're still early, about an hour before the market opens, so we might start to see some of these build up little by little. Now we got so many stocks that have been moving here over the last couple of days. We've had a few green days, so it's the market in general. We're seeing a lot of upside pushing going on, but for some of these stocks that I'm focused on right now, there's reasons why I'm looking at some of these stocks. I'm not just following them because of the technical analysis. I know a lot of these stocks look healthy when it comes to the breakouts, and a lot of times that's a good indication on the reasons to want to follow a stock, but we also got to do a little more research and understand what the company is actually doing as far as their future prospects and future products and things that are about to be released, or some updates going on, partnerships, things like that, right? So today we're going to focus on XELA Technologies off the bat. This is something I wanted to talk about. Let's go ahead and bring up the daily chart here. Well, actually, let's look at the weekly. Let's see what the weekly looks like, right? So before we get into all the news as to what I discovered today, let's go ahead and do a technical analysis over, the past of the stock here, right? So we've had a high about $14 here about a couple years back, 2020, I believe that's when it was, and we've sold off since. Come down, we've hit a low about 25 cents here back in well, this was 19, so this was 20, April of 2020. This was the pandemic, I believe, and all that was going on. So as we started to recover little by little, we've seen, some weeks where we started to break out. I believe this was early of January, I believe, 2021. And we actually started to see some volume draw into this stock little by little. And we actually hit a high of about $8 almost back in March of last year. Now since then we've sold off. We've had some other breakouts little by little, but as you can see, following that trend line, that's kind of where those stocks are holding at, as you can see, right? So I've been having this trend line drawn, just kind of giving me that little indication on what I'm following, if we're looking for certain breakouts or times to when to maybe focus on this stock, right? As you can see, the RSI also coming down off of that weekly oversold, or overbought, oversold. So 30 is oversold, 70 is overbought. So as you can see on that weekly, we've already come all the way down here close to that 30, right? And then we finally started to show some recovery. So we started to see recovery about 2 weeks ago, as I was mentioning here. Now let's go ahead and look into the daily. So we're already 2 weeks in, as you can see. We've hit that low of 34 cents. And we've little by little started to push up. We've had some good news articles published over the last few days on XELA. I believe they had like a senior note offering or something, or they're offering around $125 a share. When those expire, I believe, in 2025. Not sure, some other news that was posted recently. I could have swore there was something else. Expands intelligent document processing strength with work from anywhere platform. So they enrolled some new users on their platform. But just their revenue growth, they're looking to show some good future outlook on their growth, on the revenue growth. Not only that, they just expanded some of their technology platforms into Europe. And the news I read today is they actually have a partnership with Mastercard that they're starting to try out, I guess you can say, is in the period where they wanted to start in this country, in Norway, I believe it was, where they're starting to this billing payment transaction kind of technology with Mastercard, where it makes it easier for people to bill things and make payments on things, set dates, and the way those transactions work. Just having better communication on that. This company here is a business automation, processing automation kind of company where they produce technologies that I guess helps companies process their payments and sell their products and bill and do those types of things, making it a little more user friendly for the customer and a lot more efficient, I guess, for the business is what I'm guessing, right? So this is what I was reading on today as to what they're doing and the new the expansion that they're doing with this technology into Europe. So that's something that's real interesting, especially with Mastercard. Now, if this is something that's successful, I really think this is something that they're going to start trying to roll out into other countries also. Now, if they start with Norway and they start to push it into other countries in Europe and eventually moves into the United States, hey, that's a plus. But just the partnership itself with Mastercard is going to give this stock a boost. I'm telling you now that there's something going on in the back office that hasn't even been released yet. This is just something that I'm reading on and I did a little digging on. Now, a lot of institutions have also started scooping up a lot of the shares here from the end of last year into this year, and they're starting to accumulate these shares, especially looking at the price range. Now, I know a lot of us look at the price like, oh man, this stock is crap. It's at 34 cents. This stock isn't worth nothing, and yeah, looking at the price, you may think that. This is reasons why we don't always want to just follow a technical analysis. We have to do some homework on the stock itself as to what they're doing, what they're doing with their money. They've been spending money over the last year into their company, into their technology in order to make future deals or future ways of bringing in income, and they've been investing into that over the last year or so and to trying to make their future work for them. And not knowing that the money that they did in order to develop their technology is now starting to be recognized by these other big institutions, and they're starting to want to do those partnerships and contract deals with them, and that's something that they're going to start doing over time. And right now it's just the beginning. We're at the start of a new year. They're going to try this out. I'm not sure how long this is going to go on for before other people might start getting on board, but what I do know is we have people already starting to draw into this stock, and they're noticing this already. And right now we can get in at 80 cents. Now you see it fluctuating 79, 80 cents or whatever. We've been up and down around this range over the last couple of days. But I think right now is a good opportunity to get in at a good price. Now we've already seen this stock jump up to $7, $8. They have a high of $14 back in 2019. And we're looking for that breakout above that 150 or so to hold. Once we can hold around 150, we'll start to probably see that uptrend to the upside a little higher. But once we get some Mastercard news, that's the catalyst we need in order to really pump this stock up. All these in the past, this is more of like a short squeeze kind of candidate play that they did here. But right now, I really feel like the news kind of lingering in the background is just pending before we actually start to see some real good price action. And once we do that, it's going to be a little too late to get in, so you may want to get in on a low. We might have to wait it out, right? Now, it's not always a guarantee, but just doing my homework and my own analysis, this is how I feel. I picked up my own position, a few hundred shares I'm starting with, a couple of days back, getting in on a low. And I'll start to accumulate. If we hold this level longer and I get some more money available, I'm going to start buying up more shares going off of what I know also. I may even diversify a little bit, picking up some more of these shares. 80 cents, that's a steal to me. But right now we've been holding a level. If we kind of dig in here, I've been watching this level here on the 4-hour chart. So as you can see, we've pumped up from that 34 cents and we've been trending up since. Now we're hitting this resistance level here around this $1 range, right? But the main traffic range I'm seeing is more around this area here, 140 to 150, but we still have to break above the 200-day moving average to really want to be more invested in this stock, I guess you can say, right? So we've been holding, we've kind of been squeezing though in between the moving average here. You know, this is a 21-day moving average, this purple dash line, and this is the 200-day moving average. So we've been squeezing in between here. We may come back down to the 75. I've been seeing it kind of, you know, toggle within this little range, but right now we've kind of been, it's been trying to break out. That's how it's looking on the 4-hour. Even looking in on a 30-minute chart, we've been trying to break out here. You see this consolidation? We pushed up and we've little by little been consolidating in between the 50-day, because this is the 30-minute now. This is the 50-day, the light blue. We have the 50-day, we still have the 21-day, and then we have the 200-day, and we're consolidating still. So this is just a key area level right here that I'm watching for that breakout. We can break up here, I'll be feeling a lot more bullish, and I definitely feel we're going to be pushing to the upside, hitting this 150 range pretty soon here. It may not be this week. We may need that catalyst to really pump this stock up. But hey, you want to get in early, right? You want to get in before we take off. So this is reasons why, y'all, I'm putting the alert out now. XELA Technologies, y'all know how we've played this stock before. If y'all have been following the channel, we've been in and out of this stock numerous times. I've made good money on this stock. Every time we come down to these lows, I'm waiting for that breakout, and I'm getting right back in, riding it up. Hit that top, sell out, we'll come back down and play it either way, you know. But 80 cents, y'all, come on. Chances we can break back down to 30. Now, it's not a guarantee. Anything could happen, y'all. Anything can happen. But like I'm saying, do your homework. Do y'all's homework on this stock. If y'all don't really understand what I'm talking about, check out the article on the partnership with Mastercard. Now, if you don't think that's a big deal and as to how this company may be valued going off of that partnership, I really think that this is going to take this stock into a new place, y'all. So fingers crossed on this. Let's hope for the best. But I'm calling it now, y'all. Put it on the watch list if y'all already got it. Let's watch this one. Hopefully we can start the day above this where we left off yesterday. We left off at 81.50. We're right now at 80 cents. If we can break above 81.50 and start off the day, we'll be looking to break up here. I'm looking to see that today, hopefully. But all right, y'all, let's go ahead and move along here. I got 3 other stocks I want to kind of catch up on. I have more than just a couple that I've been following, but I can't fit them all in today's session. But let's go ahead and squeeze right by these here and just to kind of point them out for y'all. AQST, Aquestive Therapeutics. We've been following this one. Now, I know a lot of y'all were hoping. I know it was a little disappointing. We seen it. I seen it too, y'all. We are really hoping for that breakout here. We had good earnings reported. We're making money, good revenue. We had everything lined up, but then the FDA approval, they pushed back on the approval of their medication, and it gapped us down. And then before you know it, the market started to sell off, and we've come all the way down to 248. But we still have a price target around $20 or so, $24. I forget, more or less is what some of the analysts are putting on this stock. I'm still real optimistic about what they're doing with their products here. They have a new product they're going to be releasing. I believe it has a lot to do with it's a therapeutic for seizures, for epilepsy. Hopefully I said that right. But yeah, epilepsy, and they have a medication they're developing. I don't have time to really get into all the details. Check it out, y'all. Look into their articles that they're publishing on this company here as to what they're doing and the trial periods, phases, and things like that they're doing right now with their medications and their therapeutics. This is something I believe they still have until June or so before they're actually going to have the timeline for their approval for the FDA on this therapeutic. So I still know we have a few months before we actually hopefully get that approval, but right now is the best time I would think to scoop up shares in this stock. We have that high of $7. They had good earnings, they got good cash flow, things like that available. This was just a scare in the market here, and it caused the stock to just sell off. Now, those of y'all that follow the stock, you should already know that this stock is valued more than where it's at, or maybe this is where it's valued at. But going off of their future outlook and how they're looking, going off of what they're developing, if they do get that approval, we're going to be worth a lot more, and they're going to start producing this medication and getting it out to patients and things like that. And it's going to shoot this price up, y'all. So right now, check out what they're developing. They also have their pharma film technology is something else that they're working on right now. For those of y'all that aren't familiar, just a real quick run through that. That's if y'all are familiar with Listerine strips, those things you put in your mouth, those little dissolve strips you put in your mouth and it cleans your breath or things like that, dissolves. They're doing something similar but for medication. So just do y'all's own research, check it out, check out what this company's doing. But right now, check out this price. We're at a low end. The RSI, you know, we're already oversold, y'all. Why not scoop up shares? This is the best time to get in. I bought in yesterday. I scooped up more shares. You know, I sold off during that. I wasn't going to take that loss. And it's not something I wanted to do, but I was just waiting for it to bottom. And we bottomed. We're pushing back up. 277. We closed at 273 yesterday. So, yeah, I bought in yesterday around 265. Yeah, right here on the VWAP. So just calling it, y'all. For those of y'all that want to find a new investment, we're about to break through the 200 on the 30-minute here. So I'm looking for that breakout also. But this is a good investment long term over the next 6 months or so. If you're looking to find somewhere to put your money and grow it over the next 6 months, I think this would be a good pick here. But still do your homework, know your ins and outs and things like that as to where you're putting your money. Nothing's a for sure thing in this market, as you can see. We do have sell-offs, and there's times where no matter how confident you are in a stock, you can still lose money if you're not knowing what you're doing. So just keep that in mind, y'all. But add this to the watch list. AQST, I really think we'll be pushing back to the upside, holding those key levels again soon. All right, y'all. Stock number 3 here. WIMI hologram. WIMI. Now this is one that hasn't been too crazy over the last few weeks and months. I know we had a big boost on that price with that metaverse news that was released. We've seen it jump up, but since then the market sell-off and things like that caused us to come all the way back down. We've been holding around that $3 range, give or take, a little bit above $3. As you can see, we've come up to 330 here, but we're starting to curl back up, and I really think we'll be pushing back to the upside, hopefully closer to this $4 range soon. I know their future outlook, especially for this year, they're looking for revenue growth and some free cash flow. Hopefully will start to become available as they start to make money and start to land these contracts and things like that, as far as their metaverse technology, their holograms and things like that. They got a lot more going on than just metaverse. But as we start to shift in that direction, this company I really feel like is going to start to get some recognition here as to what they're doing. Now, you know, we had that high back a couple years back, 29, 30 bucks, and we've kind of been pushing down since then. I really think we finally bottomed out here around 240 or so. Not only that, we know the company itself, we have a lot of insider investors, you know, holding a majority of this company's shares. That's got to say something as to where they're putting their wealth, and they have to be confident in what they're doing with their company and their future outlook. I look for insiders to be holding so many shares of their company. If they're looking institutions, insiders are holding, I think, 20% of the shares, and institutions on top of that maybe 30%, or maybe it's the other way around. Don't hold me to that, but that's still almost 50% of the shares itself, while the public is going to be owning the other 50%. So that's got to say a lot as to what this company's doing and the future behind their products. So I think that this is something the people know already, the value in the company and what they're planning to do. So I really think that right now is a good time to buy in. If you get in now or under $3, you may be able to almost double your money soon. $5, $4 at least, you know. If you don't double your money, you'll at least make a 50 to 60% on top of your investment there. But for those of y'all with me, technology, right now we're a little bit below where we closed yesterday, so we'll have to see how today plays out. As you can see, we kind of pushed back down on the 30-minute. So I'm looking we may come back down to 280 or so, 290, but I think we'll see a bounce here. Yeah. So it might not be this week, maybe next week. I think we'll bottom here, maybe tomorrow, who knows. But we got to break through $3. So this will be the level to watch, that $3 range. But if you want to get in early, you can. Again, we have that low of 247. I bought in 265, or not 265. I bought in this. That was the other stock. I bought in this one. I think it was in the 80s, 280 something yesterday. Yeah, it was somewhere around this range here, high 80s. But we're gonna try this one also, y'all. I really feel good about this stock here. But I'm gonna diversify for the new year. But yeah, with me, y'all, at it. I really feel good about this one. So y'all gotta keep an eye on that one, y'all, for sure. All right, our stock number 4, last stock of the day. We did have one of our viewers requesting to check out the charts on this one here. But this is going to be Nano Dimensions, ticker symbol NNDM. This is another good stock that I really feel is undervalued, doing an analysis on this one. And I'm also noticing a lot of institutional investors just started scooping up these shares here from the end of last year and still into the beginning of this year. They're still buying this stock out. So that's saying that they're looking for the future of the stock, for following the outlook of this year. They're looking for a jump in price. I know they're supposed to be rolling out some of their technology, their inkjet projectors or something like that is what they were called, over the last reading I was looking at. Inkjet systems. So yeah, they're going to be rolling these out, I believe, or at least presenting them in March. I believe their technology is ready, and they're looking for people to buy some, some of their products, looking to get some of those contracts, those deals signed, and they can start rolling those products out. Now, I really think that their products is something new to the market, something people aren't really familiar with, but I can't really get into the detail on everything they're doing. I haven't done enough research on the company itself behind their products, but going off a technical analysis, I really think this stock is looking for a breakout soon. As you can see here, we have that level around that $4. We've been touching there a couple of times. So in the 30-minute, let's look at the 4-hour real quick here. So we've come down to that 3 on the low. We've pushed up here. We do have free cash flow available right now also. We've hit that 200-day moving average. We've hit it again. We've hit it again. So we've been hitting it and looking for that breakout. I think we'll push back to the downside, more around 370, and possibly next week we'll be looking to break out. It's not a for sure thing looking at the weekly, but you can see over the last 3 weeks we've still been pushing to the upside. We just need some good volume to draw in. We haven't really seen massive amount of volume yet in this stock. Yesterday, where were we at yesterday? Whoops. Yeah, so we're only at 83%, about our daily average. We're usually buying and selling around 6 million shares or so throughout the day. So we need a little bit more volume to draw into this stock before we actually start to see it push up. It just hasn't been consistent enough. We need a catalyst to really drive this through these breakout levels here. So we'll see a lot of resistance in these levels. I know it's been testing here, but possibly we'll get some good news published soon, and it may drive this stock back up to this $5 range. Really thinking we'll be seeing these ranges soon. As you can see, we've been trying to break out a couple of times. We just had that sell-off though. But yeah, right now it's just short term. So you can see we've been riding the 50-day average there, more or less. As you can see, we've been hitting it. So we've come down here, we bounced it there, bounced on it right there, bounced on it right there. So investors are pretty much they're following that 50-day moving average. So you can see we've got a little bit of action, not much though. Let's see how the market plays out at open. If we can break through this $4 range though, we may start to push higher though before the end of the week. But some news on this will actually give it a boost. So you can see that we're riding that moving average. But that's the level to watch right here, y'all. So you can see we've been testing it a few times. But Nano Dimensions, NNDM, added to the watch list, y'all. This one's looking for a breakout soon. You know me, I like to follow those low price, those affordable stocks. They're not always the best value. You know, a lot of people think they're risky, especially when you look at ones like this. You think that it's just a crappy stock, but you got to do homework on these companies, y'all. Get an understanding on what they're doing. But I know I've kept up enough of y'all's time this morning. We've been on this video close to almost 30 minutes or so here, y'all. We're approaching the pre-market. It's about 7:55 a.m. Pre-market opens at 8. But it's been nice chatting with y'all this morning. Let me know what y'all think on the footage here and the analysis. Any feedback is always welcome. Any suggestions y'all like to see also, please post them below, and I'll always respond to y'all's comments there. If I haven't responded, you can always ping me on the side there, letting me know like, hey, any update on this comment here, and I'll give y'all an update on those, y'all. But let me know what y'all think, man, and I'll be posting some more soon as these play out and keeping y'all in the loop. But appreciate y'all tuning in and showing the channel love, and we'll chop it up again real soon, y'all. Peace out.